Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday 10 with CadChica Sports. I am your host, Sunny Cadwallader, better known in the social and digital world as CadChica. Tuesday 10 is a conversation. It could be 10 minutes, 10 tips, 10 questions, and that's kind of the way we might be going tonight because you're going to want to hear a lot about my guest tonight. But it's conversation with some of the leaders and up-and-comers in the world of sports, from media broadcasting, business marketing, social media, and more. Tonight, I am really excited about my guest because she's doing something that is making a difference. And for those of you that have watched my show before or have communicated with me on various social media platforms, you know that making a difference in others, for others, is pretty important to me. I don't always have the opportunity to do it, but if I can bring somebody on the show who does that on a daily basis, then you know they belong on this show. Please welcome in my guest, Chandrima Chatterjee. Hey, Chandrima.
Hi, Sunny. Thanks for having me.
Well, let's get started right away because, I mean, looking at your bio, looking at your all the information that you've done, let's just get right into it. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Okay. So, Sunny, you want to know why a scientist gets into sports, and it's actually interesting. I was getting my MPH, Master's Public Health, in sports education, and I was coaching under-8 girls at the YMCA at the same time and working in an AIDS vaccine lab. And all of those things kind of merged into one. And I heard about grassroots soccer, which is a sports for social change group. I started volunteering with the Homeless World Cup, which is across 70 countries, using soccer as a way to reach poor people, disengaged people, disenfranchised people, homeless people, anybody really that's not privileged in this world. And they use soccer as a way to educate, as a way to treat for mental health issues, physical health issues, everything. And all of those things kind of blended into one for me. And that's how it all began, really. I started my own organization. So, yeah.
Now, was there a lot of emphasis growing up for you to give back and giving to others? Was that part of your household? Part of your parents bringing you up?
Absolutely. You know, my father and my mother, they're both immigrants, right, from India. My father came to this country with a dollar and and a dream, and we're in the middle of writing a book right now about his life. He came from a village in the middle of nowhere, rice paddies everywhere. I mean, you know the kind of village. Everybody just has no idea what's out there, but he kept reading books, and that's how he learned about everything in the world, and he decided he wanted to come to this country. So I'm really excited to someday share that book with everybody. But yes, so from the beginning, I was taught to help people up. And I was very politically active. I worked for the Obama campaign the first time around, the primary the first time around, presidential campaign the first time around, and the second time around I was a data specialist and a community outreach specialist. So I've always tried to work with the community and engage people that are otherwise disengaged from society. So, yeah.
Now, talking about getting people involved, how has social media helped you to do that, getting others involved? Is it merely just letting people know, or is there a connection factor that social media has helped you with?
No, social media has been huge. I mean, I think the Obama campaign showed it best. Social media is a tool for democratization. It's a tool for change making, and I say it every day. I'm like, don't underestimate the value of social media. I think FIFA realizes that they cannot underestimate the value of social media at this point. You know, revolutions start from there, and I use it on a personal level to help introduce different organizations around the world that are doing similar things. So, I mean, you probably know this, there are hundreds and hundreds of groups everywhere using sports as a way to connect people together, but they're all kind of disconnected from each other. So my goal is to help all of those groups, or as many as I can, kind of learn more about each other and how they can combat certain issues like homelessness, like poverty, like global health, and kind of work together towards a common goal.
Now,
So yeah.
did you play soccer growing up at all?
Okay, so in case anybody from my hometown is watching, yes, yes, I played when I was a little girl. My dad was a soccer player in India, and
Really?
yeah, I didn't know that, but
No, no, no
I had
cricket?
no cricket, no cricket. But
Oh, wow.
he got me into soccer when I was very young. I want to say I think I was 6, and I started playing with the boys. There were two girls in my town. We were the same age. We played with the boys until we could no longer play with the boys, which is, I think is about 12.
Yeah.
And at that point, I switched sports. So that was it for me. And I'm not, I may direct a program, I may write about soccer all the time, but my God, I need a lot of practice.
That's okay. I remember my oldest son and I, we went down to Mexico for a mission trip down in 2007, I think. And one of the places we went to was a juvenile detention center. And there's no grass fields there to play soccer. And you know how big soccer is in Mexico. You just
Yeah.
played on the concrete,
Hmm.
on the asphalt, and you just play wherever. Have a ball, we'll travel,
Yeah,
we'll play. So that sounds like what you were
absolutely.
doing growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like that just reminds me of UA India. It's another NGO. It's Franz Gassler is the founder, and I worked for him for about a year and a half. I had the opportunity to go visit them maybe twice in that time.
Hmm.
And the best, I mean, hands down, the best experience was playing on dirt fields that occasionally doubled as medical waste fields for a nearby hospital, playing with these girls who were barefoot, tribal girls. They were just running circles around me. I had my fancy Nikes on, and I couldn't keep up. But it was the best time. It was absolutely the best time. I
Yep.
learned so much. Yeah.
Yeah, those kind of memories just stick with you. Let me ask you,
Mhm.
because we were talking about the YMC, the working with the Y earlier. Is
Mhm.
there a particular young girl or a moment that just made you think? I mean, was it a light bulb moment for you that just said, "This is what I want to do"?
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't actually a little girl that did it. It was an old Finnish guy, and this is going to sound really random, I know, but it's a really good story. His name is Huli, and he is the coach for Street Soccer Finland, which is kind of like a sister program to Street Soccer
Hmm.
USA. So Street Soccer Finland was totally separately founded, separately organized, but we all have the similar mission. And
Yep.
Huli, he, I don't know exactly how old he is, but I'd say he's in it. He looks like he's in his 60s. He's had a rough life. He is a very frail-looking old guy, but when he gets out on the pitch and he plays soccer, my God, it's like he's like a rock. He's a rocket. And it's street soccer is a lot more intense. It's a lot more intense than regular 11 aside. Um, he is a remarkable man who had a really rough life. He had a great job, businessman. He was living it up, got into the wrong crowd. Same kind of thing you hear everywhere: drugs,
Hmm.
alcohol.
Yep.
Um, Lost everything he had, and the only thing he had left was soccer. He had played soccer before in his childhood. He played it as an adult. The only thing he had when he had nothing else was soccer, and he heard of Street Soccer Finland, which had just started back then.
Hmm.
And Huli decided, you know what, I'm going to pick myself up. I'm going to play soccer, and it was a magical connection he made. He realized that it saved him, and he wanted to use it as a way to save other people. So he founded a team called the Stray Dogs in Helsinki, and that's part of Street Soccer Finland. It's still there, all these years later, and he is a mentor, he's a coach, he's an inspiration, he's so many things. He's an HIV positive guy,
Hmm.
but he well, he lives his life like he is the most blessed man in this world. And so, yeah, I would say he's the reason I'm here today.
So tell me a little bit more about the organization Street Soccer USA. A lot of work with the homeless. How did it get started, and how? And tell me more about the chapter that you founded there, right there in Philly.
Sure. So Street Soccer USA was founded by Lawrence Cann and his brother Rob Cann, both from Virginia. They had previously worked with homeless in soup kitchens and community centers. Something that I did as a child, also something that we all probably did to some extent. Lawrence was an artist, and he was working on art projects with the homeless. But he also realized that he knew how to play soccer. He played soccer at Davidson College.
Yeah.
And why not take these guys that are doing these art projects and try something different? So he decided, and it was the same year that the Homeless World Cup was founded, I believe. So
Okay.
Kind of happened at the same time. He decided to try it, and it worked beautifully. It was empowering, it was inspiring, it instilled confidence, it helped with attendance records. It started teaching people soft skills that they had otherwise never been shown. These are people that don't have parents. They might come from single parent homes. They may be orphans. Either way, they're down on their luck. They've been homeless for some time. Many of them are drug and alcohol abusers. Many of them have been in prison for various reasons. They're all kind of rehabilitating themselves, and Street Soccer USA acts as a support system. It's kind of a net, so if you fall, because when you're in that situation, it's a cycle of up and down. Yep. Always going to be down, but there's nobody there to pick you up. Your family has given up on you. Your friends are all gone. You have no money. You have no home. But Street Soccer USA is a family. We're now in 16 different cities.
Wow.
Yeah, and what we are is a big support network. We're there for you, whether it's on the pitch or off the pitch or even on social media. You'll see social media as a huge factor in our organization now. Someone has a rough day, the whole country kind of like rallies and says, lift yourself up. You know what? You can do this. It's nothing.
Yeah.
We've been through so much more. So that's what Street Soccer USA is kind of in a nutshell. We work with different shelter systems for women, youth, and men, and we connect with other service providers, so we're not trying to reinvent a wheel.
Right.
We work with housing, people that are specializing in housing, people that specialize in education, people that specialize in mental health rehabilitation, that kind of thing. So we're an ancillary program, if you will.
Okay. Now, do you also work with community leaders, not so much the shelters and the organizations that are already helping them, but do you work with city leaders as well, or businesses? Do you find that businesses are looking to be a part of it as well?
Absolutely. I don't know if you've been following the news of the death of former Governor Cuomo in New York. Mm-hmm. He was an ardent supporter of Street Soccer USA and our now parent organization, Help USA. So yeah, politicians have been huge in New York. San Francisco, same thing. We couldn't have done what we do now. We couldn't be building fields in urban centers. We couldn't be bringing street soccer into the communities without the help of local politicians. And the Parks and Recs departments throughout all of those cities have helped to some extent. Absolutely, they're tremendously important partners in this. So, what is the biggest challenge that an organization like Street Soccer USA faces, whether it's on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, or maybe if people are interested in helping and getting involved, how can they do that? So there's a number of different ways. We are always looking for volunteers. Volunteers can come from any walk of life, right? You don't have to know how to play soccer. I just admitted I am not the expert player. I leave that to my co-founder, John Salvucci. I leave that to NSCAA certified coaches. Be a mentor in another way. Be a friend. You can come to our practices. We generally practice 2 to 3 times a week. It depends on what city you're in. We're always looking for donations from our friends too. If you want to become a board member for one of the cities, we're open to that. That's all the information is on www.streetsoccerusa.org. And last but not least, those amazing national tournaments that we have. I don't know if you've seen us playing in Times Square. Or in San Francisco at in front of the Civic Center, but having the opportunity to play your favorite game, my favorite game, in those amazing venues is not something that we alone do. Everyone's open to join in our Open Cups. And Open Cups and all of our other leagues. We have a few leagues. In New York, we have a league. In San Francisco, we have a league. So we call, I play for San Francisco, I play for New York. Those are leagues that you can join. All of those things support our outreach programming. So yeah, there's tons of ways to be involved.
With all of the different organizations that you've been involved with, your own company as well, giving back, what has it taught you about yourself, if anything?
That's a hard one. A lot. Mostly that through all of the, basically what I do is I share people's stories and I help them, I help empower them, I hope, to share their own stories. That's the purpose of what I do. I'm not here to share my own inspiring story because I don't find it inspirational, really. I draw inspiration and thank you. I draw all of that strength from every single person I have represented. From Hooli, like I told you, from I'll tell you about Lisa Reitzman. She is a player at Street Soccer USA. Was a player at Street Soccer USA. Excuse me. In 2009, I met her in Rio de Janeiro on Copacabana Beach. She was at the Homeless World Cup representing the USA. And that was actually before I started working with Street Soccer USA. I met her. I was still working with the Homeless World Cup. I interviewed her, heard about her story. She was a college-level player, fell into drugs, alcohol. Life went downhill. And she heard about Street Soccer Sacramento, which was back then co-ed. She joined. She's an amazing player. She already had the skills. So she was a natural out there. I interviewed her, and she had so much energy. Her goal was not just to play and lift herself up. She decided to start a women's program for Street Soccer USA, which is what she did. She began the women's league for Street Soccer USA. It started in Sacramento, and they're called the Lady Salamanders. People like her, she is now, she's at this level. Below her is like the level of women that she's inspired, and below them are the children of those women that have been inspired by Lisa's work. So there's like generations of change, and that's the kind of thing that I think, like, that's, for me, that's where I draw my strength, like seeing that kind of impact that others have made.
It's always nice to see the effect that the seeds that you have sown come to life, come to fruition, not just in the direct people you come into contact, but in the next generation as well. Well, why don't you let everybody know where they can connect up with you and Street Soccer and anybody else that you work with, because I'm serious, ladies and gentlemen, she is all over the place. Or has been all over the place, so very well connected in giving back, in organizations that are giving back. But let everybody know how they can connect up with you, Chandrima.
Absolutely. Twitter, as you know, Sunny, is best for me. I am a social media person at heart. So Chandrima tweets. That's You know, I bet you can Google Chandrima Chatterjee and the word soccer maybe, and you'll see a whole list of stuff. But yeah, my company is called Empowered Media. Relaunching, excuse me, in March. And like I said, streetsoccerusa.org. It's very easy to remember. I hope you all look it up because there's so many ways you can be involved. If you love soccer, if you don't love soccer, if you love team sports, if you just love being around people that are positive, that's really a great group to be involved with. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you.
I am so honored that you came on the show. And again, I believe in what you are doing. I believe in the organizations that you are working with because it is about making a difference in others' lives. That's what we're here on this earth for. It's not just about us. It's about being there for others and making a difference and making an impact, a positive impact in whatever way we can. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Sunny. I appreciate it.
And tune in next week when I will be joined by Brian Costello, the Director of Digital Media for the Portland Timbers. Brian will be appearing as part of my media partnership with Q1 Productions. Q1 is hosting the Sports Fan Engagement Forum next month, March 2nd and 3rd in Kansas City, Missouri. I will be there. I hope you will be too. If not, then connect up with me on Twitter and Instagram at CadChica, right here on Google+, plus Sunny Cadwallader, just like as I say it, that's how you spell it. Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it, that's where I'm at. Tune in next week at probably about the same time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll talk to you then.